Hey everybody, it's Ed. Everybody seems to be talking about the new Elvis on Tour box set that is going to be coming out and just became available for pre-order today. But that's not what I'm going to talk about for this video. What I'm going to talk about is an article I came across today that is titled, well, this came on Billboard, all right, but it is titled Documentary on Elvis Presley's Riveting 68 Comeback Special, coming from program's director Steve Binder. It says this is an exclusive. It's written by Melinda Newman, and this was released today, Friday, August 12th, 2022 at 12 noon. All right, it says it is a 5-minute read. Let's read through it together. Let's see what it says. This is going to be the thumbnail, so you saw this, hopefully, before you clicked on this video, and if you did, thank you very much for clicking on. All right, but let us read. Let us see what this is going to be. It says, hot on the heels of the success of Baz Luhrmann's Elvis, the third highest grossing music biopic since the 1970s, Steve Binder, the Emmy-winning director of Elvis Presley's electrifying 68 comeback special, is producing a documentary about the experience. This should be good. Elvis and Steve, the making of the 68 comeback special, will delve into the behind-the-scenes drama that seemed to loom over almost every frame of the NBC program that catapulted Presley back into people's homes and hearts. Binder and his Rodan Productions have begun pre-production on the 2023 documentary that will celebrate the 55th anniversary of the show. Quote, I'm truly the only one who can tell the behind-the-scenes story of how it came to be, because I'm the only one who was actually there for all that happened, says Binder, 89. God bless. Even in a brief conversation, it's clear that Binder, who directed the rock and roll film The Tammy Show, as well as Diana Ross Live at Central Park, Olivia Newton-John's 1978 special Olivia, and the groundbreaking 1968 special Petula, which controversially featured Petula Clark with Harry Belafonte, has total recall of his time with Presley and his near-constant battles with Presley's manager, Colonel Tom Parker, from day one. Quote, the first meeting was a disaster because the first thing Parker said was, again, quote, we're already decided what the special is going to be. NBC agrees with me and the sponsor agrees with me, and we are going to do a 20-song Christmas special, Binder says. Presley had focused on movies since he had gotten out of the Army in 1960, and Binder knew that the special needed to show Elvis Presley's legendary stage charisma and range instead of turn in a sedate, holiday croon fest like Andy Williams or Perry Como would make. As he and Parker butted heads, Binder says he couldn't figure out why he wasn't fired, and didn't find out until years later that Presley had his back. Quote, I never knew until Priscilla Presley told me, after Elvis passed away, that after the first meeting that I had with Elvis, he came home and told Priscilla, quote, I don't care what the Colonel says, I got a gut feeling I'm going with this guy Binder. I just have a feeling that he might be the right guy for me, unquote. Presley was right. The special, which featured the star performing a variety of styles and settings and birthed the acoustic unplugged concept, drew a now unimaginable 42% of the viewing audience when it aired on December 3rd, 1968. Binder chronicled much of the stories that will be in the documentary in his 2018 coffee table book, Elvis 68 Comeback, The Story Behind the Special. The book was reissued in 2021 with an introduction by Luhrmann. Binder, who served as a creative consultant on Elvis, is portrayed in Luhrmann's movie by Australian actor Craig Montgomery, and the scenes about the special are considered some of the film's most riveting. Since its June 24th release, Elvis has grossed more than $136 million in the U.S. and Canada. What happened? Okay. According to BoxOfficeMojo.com, putting it only behind 2018's Bohemian Rhapsody and 2015's Straight Outta Compton. It has revived interest in Presley and introduced him to a new generation. Binder says at this point, Luhrmann is involved in the documentary, quote, only as a friend and a consultant, but that he certainly has an offer from me to join in any capacity that he would even consider. Binder expects to announce a director and distributor soon and has enlisted Spencer Proffer, whose acclaimed documentary, The Day the Music Died, the story of Don McLean's American Pie, is airing on Paramount Plus to help produce. Quote, I'm proud to continue my decades-long professional and personal association with Steve Binder, one of the most innovative creatives in entertainment, Proffer says. Steve broke molds, though outside the box, and lived in relentless pursuit of making electrifying, bar-raising... This is crazy. My phone keeps... Sorry, guys. Bar-raising magic in the television screen. And now, in revisiting one of his more stunning achievements, the making of the Elvis comeback special, Steve opens the vault to share a buddy story that is revealing, poignant, and explosive time capsule that offers a new perspective on the inner workings of Elvis, Colonel Parker, and a director who took risks and made history in the process. The documentary will place in context how vital the 68 special was to Presley's career by in part showing the status of his career leading up to the special. Right now, I'm digging for permission to use footage from his movies and so forth and use that as an exclamation point, what his life was like from the time he went into the army in Germany to coming home and working in movies, he says. When asked if Presley's estate is cooperating with the documentary, Binder says it's too early to have that conversation yet. Quote, I haven't even opened that door right now. The most important thing is what's going to make this documentary so unique, he says. We all know bits and pieces at the very least about Elvis, his career and his life and so forth. But that's not enough. I've really got to get in behind the scenes and tell stories that people will be knocked out with. And there is your story. All right, so this is definitely, I think, something to look forward to. I'm sure there'll be a lot of behind-the-scenes footage, which most of it has been released already on a deluxe edition of the 68 Comeback Special. I believe that was back in 2010. Could be wrong on the year, but regardless. Another interesting side note, for those of you who are Star Wars fans and who may remember something called the Star Wars Holiday Special, excuse me, the original director of that, I don't remember who that was, but they were fired, and the replacement happened to be Steve Binder, the Steve Binder who did the 68 TV Comeback Special, also directed the Star Wars Holiday Special, one of the greatest travesties ever created, but that wasn't entirely his fault. Of course, it had to do with the script and everything else, and George was too busy counting his money to really care what the final result was, and that's that. But I got to say, I am looking forward to this documentary, and I never did pick up his book that was mentioned in this article, but I am definitely going to be picking it up, especially since it was just recently reprinted again. So I will look out for that. And that is it. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Are you excited about this? I think this is going to be something really cool. And I am definitely looking forward to it. So can't wait to see it. Hope it comes to fruition. And that's my 2 cents. So if you want, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I appreciate you all watching. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Take care, everybody.